David Lohr is my guest. He's a senior reporter at HuffPost who has, in fact, been playing the role of a rescuer nowadays in the city of Houston amid everything that's been going on. David, thanks for making time for us here in Canada.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
I know you've been in Houston for a couple of days. What have you been doing to help people specifically?
Well, we got here on Friday, as the storm was coming in and everything. And I'm based out of New Orleans. And I'd recently picked up a boat, and I figured, well, I'll take it with me. We can get some really good shots, go through some of these streets and stuff. So that was the game plan, bringing the boat here. And then it was like I think it was, my days are kind of mixing together now, but I believe it was on Sunday. We were out by the Barker Dam area, and we were just driving down the street trying to get some shots of the reservoir, and people started yelling, hey, come over here. We need you. Because they saw the boat on the back of my vehicle. So we pulled in there, and, next thing we know, we're pulling women and children and everybody out of houses. And, ever since then, every time we're going by a street where there's flooding, people will call us over. And, it's not what we set out to do, but, if people are going to reach out to us and they need assistance when we're driving by, I'm certainly not going to ignore that.
We were showing some photos that you posted up on Facebook of some of the folks you were helping here. How surprised were you, David, when you actually got to Houston and you saw things for yourself?
Yeah, it's really bad here. I covered the flooding in Baton Rouge last year, and this is just really bad. The only thing I can think of to compare it to would be Katrina, but obviously not in the scale of loss of life or anything, but in the scale of like the devastation. It's just a mess here, and it's very dangerous. A lot of these rescuers who are coming out here, we really got to tip our hats to those individuals who are traveling here to rescue people, because, there's a lot of danger here, power lines and everything else. And as you reported earlier, a police officer this morning drowned. So, my heart goes out to all the people who are coming here, the Cajun Navy and everyone else to help out.
So we know, people obviously need food, they need shelter, they need clean water, they need beds, they need blankets, and the list goes on and on. Based on what you've seen and the people you've been talking to, what is the most immediate need, the number one priority you keep seeing over and over again, David?
Well, a lot of the things we've been seeing is a lot of the shelters needing air mattresses for the elderly. You have a lot of great organizations that have been bringing in diapers and dog food and food, but one of the necessities a lot of places keep telling us they need air mattresses, basically, because you have a lot of elderly people who are sleeping in chairs or sleeping on the floor on a sleeping bag, and that's just not good for their backs and everything else.
Where are you planning to go over the next couple of days? Are you going to be staying in the Houston area? Are you going to be heading back to New Orleans?
No, I have no idea when I'll be leaving here. The HuffPost had actually asked me if I want to swap out with someone, and I said, you're not getting me out of here. So, I'm here for as long as I need to be here. And, like I said, if people keep needing help, we'll help them. Just today, 2 hours before this interview here, we had people call us over. And actually kind of a funny story. We pulled over to take the boat out to go rescue this guy who and his cat who were trapped in this neighborhood. And there was a lady, who was very upset and crying, obviously. So one of our people went over to comfort her. And while she's comforting her, the lady says, "Who are you with?" And she's like, "We're with the Huffington Post." And she pushes her away. She's like, "Well, you guys aren't real news." So that was just kind of a funny little thing that happened today, but I guess we were real enough to be out there helping our neighbors anyway.
Indeed, a sign of the times, David. Listen, thank you for taking some time for us here in Canada. Stay safe, and we salute what you're doing.
All right, thank you very much.
Good, stop right there. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Use it well.
The President of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
And I want to congratulate the governor
I want to congratulate everybody that's worked so hard. It's been an incredible 5 days, 6 days. This was, it seems like it's much longer than that, but actually it's going so well that it's going fast in a certain sense. But I want to tell so many of you are faith-based, and I want to just tell you that tomorrow we have National Prayer Day, and that was an official proclamation. And the water's disappearing, and we have a long way to go, but the water's disappearing, and you look at the neighborhoods and you see we just rode through this, and 2 days ago, even yesterday, they had water, and today it's all swept up and cleaned up, and you've got a lot of hard-working people, I'll tell you that. A lot of hard-working people.